Well, perhaps you remember the ABC in June last year crying poor about its failure to manage its budget and blamed the coalition for what they described as $84 million in budget cuts. This was again false. The ABC simply wasn't being given more money as the inflation indexation process was frozen. Very different to a budget cut because the budget actually grew. Well, Managing Director David Anderson promised that underperforming website ABC Life, which costs taxpayers millions of dollars a year to run, would be rebranded as ABC Local. Instead of writing about how to experience pleasure during your period or how much weight you might lose during a zombie apocalypse, Anderson promised your tax dollars would instead be spent on strong local journalism. Well, it's 2021 now, and none of that actually happened. Instead, ABC Life has been rebranded ABC Every Day, and the journalists, led by the same editor who ran ABC Life, are producing the exact same sort of dribble that no one will ever read. Like this story about whether porn is cheating, or this story about the difficulty of reaching a female orgasm. So the ABC kept the same management, but did a sneaky rebrand without actually fixing the giant waste of taxpayer money. And if you want to know why the ABC is so careless with your money, well, let's hear some financial advice directly from the ABC Everyday YouTube page.
Who wants to be a gazillionaire?
Oh, so much money.
Yes, please.
Rebecca, I'm sorry to play you that, but that's an example of some of the journalism which is literally costing Australians millions of dollars a year. What do you make of the rebrand and the sneaky way in which they've proceeded to do exactly the same thing?
Well, you know, it just makes me angry because the proposition that we would get more local reporting is so important. That's one area. Often where the ABC has performed a bit better with local radio stations or where they're closer to people, where they're outside of the, you know, the cafe latte curtain, you know, of inner city Sydney and Melbourne. But it just doesn't happen, and it's just such a phenomenal waste of money. I looked at that Everyday site. I was embarrassed. I saw those articles that you quoted. Honestly, spare me, you know, and this puts, I mean, if you want to read that sort of thing, the private sector provides for that market. I do not see a case for the national broadcaster to go there at all.
Yeah, Louise, I mean, if you want to read that kind of stuff, you can go to Junkie or one of those incredibly left-leaning websites. I don't know why you ever would want to. But, I mean, doesn't it kind of show a contempt for taxpayers that they so deceptively were promising one thing, this independent, strong local journalism, and in the end it's this wishy-washy, artsy, nothing journalism that provides benefit to no one?
That's right, and the people who are watching the ABC or listening to it, especially in regional areas, are looking for local content. That's what they need. That's what they want, and they don't want that other rubbish that we've just Rebecca's just flagged. Then it's, you know, it's a complete waste of money. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.